Up next, some more retro tech for you here on the channel. We are taking a look at the Toshiba KT-R2 stereo walkman cassette recorder. What is it? ijdm starts now.
Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
Let's take a look at this old, beautiful classic. I mean, this thing is chunky. This is not something that really fits in your pocket, even though I'm sure they probably advertised it that way. So on the bottom, we have the Toshiba stereo cassette recorder, model number KT-R2. This is not the one I wanted, but I made an offer on it. I told the guy I have this YouTube thing that I do, and it would be perfect for that. Guy did remind me that it won't play cassettes, and that's the case with, I'll say, most of these 90 percentile of Walkmans. The belts are long gone, and looking at this one to replace the belts on it, I watched some videos on similar things, and it was just, oh man, it looked like a complete and utter nightmare. So that being said, I'm using this as like a standard radio Walkman, which I'll get to this in a minute. Some of you may know what this is already. It's been covered on other type channels. So we do have a input for 6-volt DC, and the doves, of course, are loud today. On the other side, we have a right and left microphone input. We have, very common on most Walkmans of the early 80s, you had 2 headphone ports, so you could actually share, have 2 sets of headphones plugged in if you're on, on airline or bus or whatever, and be able to listen in 2 people at a time. So we have a thing for external speaker, which is always kind of curious on that, and I wish I could explain that more, but basically it's giving output, but I think there's no volume control on that. It's basically if you hooked it into like a stereo, I guess. I don't know why you would do that, but again, back in the 80s, you did have just straight up amps, so maybe, I don't know. Somebody knows a better answer to this, then let me know, but I'm really not sure what the overall goal of this would be. We have a balance and we have a volume control. We have 2 microphones here. Let's move over to this side now. We have the play record buttons. We have rewind, fast forward, upside down, which, yeah, these are upside down, but I guess depending on which way you're holding the Walkman. Stop, eject, fast forward, rewind, play record. We have an interesting little lock mechanism. We'll get back to in a minute. And a SK, well, it says MQTS SK editor. I have no idea. I looked it up. I have no idea what that might do. It's something probably with recording functions. Maybe hold it momentarily. It's like a pause button maybe. I have no idea since the bands aren't working on it. On the front, yes, we even have more little doodads and trinkets and stuff. We have the battery condition record play. We have the input if you want to do the aux input, which would be through here. Microphone aux, or if you want to use the microphones themselves. You have a tone high and low controller, and then the type of tape, whether it be metal, chrome oxide, or normal. Then we have the tape counter. Tape counter? Yeah, tape counter. Okay, yeah. On the back side, we have our handy dandy battery compartment, which takes 4. Not 2, but 4 AA batteries. Yeah, this thing is chunky. And this reminds me a lot of a Walkman I had back in the day. It looks very similar. That was maybe a little smaller, more like this maybe. That one of my first Walkmans I ever had back in the early 80s that actually had, what I'm showing you next is this very cool thing, eject. Which is funny, it doesn't eject the actual pack. Well, I guess you gotta unlock it. Is it unlocked? Yeah, I guess it's unlocked. So will it eject it now? I mean, you have something with misalignment there or whatever, so you just got to kind of stick your finger in there, and there's a little grabber there, and you can pull it out. There you can see the inside of the tape mech and so forth. We'll get back to that in a minute. But this is a FM stereo tuner pack. Some were made with AM as well. This one only has the FM, standard Toshiba bluish purple color pack. That had a little dial where you could tune in and go to different stations and stuff all along the dial here. You could do stereo or mono, and then you have a lock function, which I'll get back to in a minute. Nothing in this area here. It's just an area where the head's clear when it engages. And then this is just so that I guess the spindles, fits around the spindles type thing. This you could not just stick in any old Walkman. It had to be a Toshiba one that took these actual stereo packs. And believe me, a lot of these are very different from each other. There's an FM AM one I thought would work in this, but it won't because the contacts are slightly different. These contacts are little you-know-whats. They can be touchy. I clean the heck out of them, clean them again. Even touching with your finger, and then 2 days later they decide they don't want to work. Same with the little connectors in here. That's where it gets the information from this cassette tuner pack. It's not really a card, it's like a cassette. And question that somebody's probably asking me right now, or probably wondering, or is going to make the comment, excuse me while I go off camera for a minute, is could you put those packs into, like say you pop in one of your normal cassettes, could you do this kind of thing and just stick it in there and close it? Well, no, that doesn't work. But maybe if we did it this way, yeah, it fits right in there. Nice little way to store it when you're playing regular cassettes. And then the cassettes, the way they load, I won't be able to show this because the belt's broken. Too much repair, too much for me, I'll admit it. Cassettes are nice because you actually get to, there is something so damn satisfying about that. Something that was lost over the years with a lot of these cassette Walkmans is that rather than putting it in the door and closing it, that is just an amazing, that's a connection right there. That's like physical media. This is your music, putting it in and just hearing that. And then you get to close the little door. Oh, that's just great. And then when it opens, see if you hit it lightly, it just opens the door, and then you hit it again. Let your cassette go. Yeah, I just dropped something. It's okay. This same thing, but not quite as satisfying. It's just the way it fits in there, I guess. For some reason the eject doesn't work. You have to kind of pry it out. I don't know if that's just something with age or whatever. Do need to lock it in. I have had to rebend this thing a couple times because what happens is the things don't quite line up, the plastics, the metal and stuff just being worn out. But it's snug as a bug in a rug. Is that the term? In there, and let's get this thing powered up. So for this, we need to change this function mode from tape to radio. It basically just stops, I think, the spindles from moving. But it stops the motors in it. So you're going to get better battery life. I think that's the idea of that. Because if the motor's running, then battery life won't be as good. So no, you cannot record, because obviously you can't put, what did I get over my fingers? Some stuff from something in this Walkman. Okay, so let's just go ahead and turn this on. Let's see if we can get an FM stereo station. Oh, we're getting something right there. Yeah, see that light goes on? All right, so just got some nondescript Sony. I don't have area appropriate headphones. Would love to have some classic Toshiba orange with the orange muffs on them, but we got this. So we'll just plug into, I get one or two, doesn't matter. Let's just see if we're getting any audio whatsoever out of this thing. Yeah, that would be one of our Spanish stations down here, Florida. Very touchy on the tuning. Good grief, there's no music at all? I'm having a hard time tuning in stations, and it might be because just routers and wireless technology in my house, but It actually sounds good. I mean, to me, it has pretty good sound quality for its time. But again, I am using modern headphones on it. If you had older headphones, I guess it depends on the quality of those. But very cool that I got to say, under normal conditions, as I bump the camera, as I normally do in most of my videos, in most situations when I'm outside and I've been playing around with this, it actually, the stations tune in really well. I mean, compared to even some modern radios I have, I'm getting stations in nice and clear, and it works perfectly fine. If you've watched other videos, I do have my little mini transmitter that's within boundaries of supposedly being legal, that I can broadcast my music, and sometimes when I'm mowing or whatever, then I'll have that on and listen through this. But it is a pain in the ass carrying this around, so I don't do it that often. Sometimes I'll hook up an external speaker to this and just make it like a little stereo. That would be cool to have one with little speakers on each side. I'm sure they probably made something like that, or get the little speakers side for it. But yeah, this is a cool little Walkman. And again, if you're looking for something for physical media, I mean, you can find some replacement Walkmans if you don't really want to get into the repair and so forth into these. With these, you're always going to be looking at something little. I think I see where I got that smudge of stuff. It's just something from a belt or something that I might have missed when I was cleaning it, but I'll clean that up after the video is done. That'll do it for this Toshiba KT-R2 review, look at, retrospect kind of thing. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.